Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Over the last year, I've done a number of videos with the original DJI Neo, and this is going to be the last video I'll make with that drone because I have version 2. Alright, here's version 2. This video is going to be a little bit different because I'll use it to film myself fly fishing. I'll go to Credit River in southern Ontario, which is in Mississauga, and I'll attempt to catch a trout. So come along. This is an amazing drone for, I think they dropped the price to $150. So if you're looking for a gift to pick up for somebody, I highly recommend version 1. Although version 2 is not that much more expensive. I think this is like $230, something like that. So come along, we'll do some fly fishing on this $100 fly fishing rod from Amazon. Alright, so here's the assembled fishing rod. The package comes with reel, some line, and even some flies. A box of flies basically, and even clippers for cutting the line. So pretty much everything you need, and it's a really nice rod. So some gift ideas if you're looking for somebody for Christmas. This would be a great gift. Okay, and finally I'll link this. I'll link the drones below, and also I have a second YouTube channel that I started, and on there I do more of like a gardening videos and tiki bar related stuff. I built a tiki bar this year, so I'll link that below as well if anybody's interested. While the image quality of the DJI Neo is probably not the greatest thing you've ever seen, its tracking ability, which has actually improved in the new version, but even in the old one, is kind of a breakthrough, I think, as far as DJI drones go, because it can just this drone can follow you around, so you don't really actually have to control it. It can just, like you see right here, this drone will just follow behind me, and you can use it. So for example, you can use it for tracking yourself riding bikes, or I've used it even for kayaking or different sports, and it's just like a fun toy that you can play around for not a lot of money with. I even used it to film myself beekeeping, though this was a terrible idea as the drone killed lots of bees. So don't do this. I live as far south as you can pretty much get in Ontario, and in this video I'm going to take you along with me a little bit further north to one of my favorite rivers. The Credit River is a river in Mississauga, and it's a little bit unusual for southern Ontario because we don't really have rocky bottom rivers the way this one is this far south, and it appears to be a remnant of the last ice age. When the ice retreated, it left behind water flows and eroded rock in the bedrock. So it's a sight to behold because anybody living further south isn't expecting something like this so close to where they live. This is more associated with northern Ontario, but in fact it is located in a very busy city. As you probably know, salmon migrate once in their life to reproduce. If you live in, I guess in BC, you're pretty common to rivers having salmon, but in Ontario, especially southern Ontario, it's not that common. So this river is quite unusual, I think. As far as I know, this is the only place I know that people go to catch salmon. During the salmon run, the fish migrate up to the spawning grounds, and many of them die along the way. So that fish looks like it's dying, yeah? Alright, so just getting all this stuff packed up. The plan is to go fishing on the Credit River in Mississauga. I'm going to visit family for Thanksgiving. I rented a car. Rented this Jetta. This is a Jetta. This is what it looks like inside. Never been in one of these, but always was curious about them. So I'm happy I rented. They gave me this one. First thing I noticed is it's a lot smaller than an SUV, obviously. And the other thing is it's kind of bumpy when you're riding along the road. Mine is a lot smoother. But this is what it looks like. This car has amazing fuel economy. Gets 850 kilometers to a gas tank. Alright, so it's a 4.5-hour drive of the dog in the back. And yeah, it's gonna be a pretty long drive, and this car is kind of bumpy, so we'll see. Mississauga is a very large city of about 800,000. It's located on the shores of Lake Ontario, right next to Toronto actually. And because it's a sister city to Toronto, there's lots of condos, and the downtown is very developed with lots of new immigrants choosing to live here. Erindale Park is like a green oasis among all the concrete structures of the city, and it's just a peaceful place to get away from the city. The road to Mississauga is a very smooth drive. It's a very flat road, not too many hills or mountains until you approach Mississauga. Mostly go through farm fields, and it's just pretty peaceful until you hit Mississauga. Even Mississauga is not too bad as far as traffic. The one that they're building?
Yeah, the one.
For the last 10 years, there's been lots of new construction in downtown Mississauga, with mostly condos being built and some office towers to take in all the new refugees.
There's gonna be a really nice park. Remember last year that we went? They still haven't finished it, but it's gonna be a really nice park.
My uncle's garden here. My dog's just playing. I have really small backyards here. Look at this. This is maybe, I don't know, 10 meters, if that, 30 feet. I don't know, it's small, but planted 3 apple trees, and he's got roses and quite a few things. This rose actually is really good. It's like one of those roses that you can make rose syrup from, edible. It's really good rose. Smells amazing. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just gonna be here for Thanksgiving. Maybe leave on Monday morning or Sunday evening. We'll see. So probably Much like American Thanksgiving, the Canadian version is much the same. Good food, lots of conversation, and way too many calories consumed. So enjoying my aunt's delicious home-cooked meals, and the next day I woke up with the dog greeting me. Good morning. After getting dressed in the parking lot, it was time to head across the bridge to the other side of the river. In late September and October, the river starts smelling very fishy. Unfortunately, many of the fish don't make up the stream. They usually die from exhaustion, or sometimes it is a fisherman that will snag them, or just the stress of being caught will cause them to die, and they become part of the ecosystem. Fishing for salmon is highly regulated in this river, and you need to check the restrictions, and there are sections of the river you're not allowed to fish in for salmon, and even the trout fishing, there's a season for them as well, and which ones you're allowed to catch and which ones you need to throw back. This is the box that's sold with the fly fishing rod. Has a small selection of nymphs. Because it was a Thanksgiving weekend, Mississauga is a large city. Lots of people walking around and looking at the fishermen and looking at the dead fish in the water. So it's a little bit different than fishing in BC for trout. Alright, so here's a montage of the DJI Neo, the original DJI Neo shots. You can do quick shots, and that's exactly what I did. There's a variety of shots you can choose from, such as a rocket and a Dronie and so on. So enjoy this montage of DJI Neo. As you can see, the quality of the image is not the greatest, but it's not bad at all. The drone does get affected by wind sometimes, and I think that's something the new version improved on. Not only is the Credit River beautiful, it also has a very interesting history, and personally it means something to me as well. For centuries, the banks of the river were inhabited by a Native American tribe that used the river for fishing and just settlement, and more recently it was used by fur traders that would go up the river and trade furs. When I first moved to Canada along with my family, I used to come fishing here on this river with my dad, and this place has a lot of memories for me since I remember the fun times of my dad teaching me how to fish and just spending time with him. And this river is especially beautiful, especially certain sections of it. As you can see, the downtown of Mississauga in the background, this is actually Erindale Park, and you can see all the beautiful lush greenery surrounding the river. And it's very popular with local families that just want to get away from their office jobs or just the stress of living in the city. In the summer you can see lots of families picnicking, and even throughout the year barbecuing and just having a really good time. And there are trails along both sides of the river at the bank, so if you ever find yourself in Mississauga and are looking for a short walk or a long walk, consider stopping by here, because it's just a really pretty place. Once you're in Erindale Park, it's easy to find the trail that will lead you down to the river. The park is pet friendly, and you can see lots of people bringing their dogs here for a walk. Alright, so just to finish the session. Fortunately no fish. Somebody did catch a fish, but alright, so unfortunately for me, no fish in Erindale Park. However, I did manage to catch one at my local metro, and I'll share the recipe below. Just so happens I had a banana plant that I needed to move inside, and had a little bit too many leaves, which came in handy. To make this recipe, you're going to need fresh trout, a can of coconut milk, slices of lemon, and fresh rosemary leaves. Simply purchase the ingredients and then assemble as follows. You're going to slice the lemon into slices, stuff it inside the fish, and also rosemary leaves as well, and then on the outside as well. And to hold everything together, you're going to use string and then place inside a leaf or tin foil, I guess, if you have tin foil. And you're going to finally finish it by pouring some coconut milk. Then after you finish pouring the coconut milk, you're going to place the fish in the oven on a baking tray, and you're going to bake it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes, around 350 degrees. And the end result is going to smell amazing and taste amazing. Thank you for watching, and that's going to be it for this video. See you in the next one.